And for more on the Japanese emperor's visit, we're now joined by our correspondent Barnaby Lowe in Manila. Good evening, Barnaby. Well, the Philippines, like China and South Korea, suffered in the hands of the Japanese during the Second World War. But it seems that history has not a drag on the relations between the two. And the relations between Japan and the Philippines have been even closer and stronger.
Yeah, that's right, Zhou Yue. Filipinos did suffer, like the Chinese, like the South Koreans, as you said. They suffered during the Japanese occupation in the Second World War. But again, as you said, the relationship between the two countries has improved significantly since. They've been closer, they've been friendlier, they've been stronger than ever. And there are a number of reasons for this. First of all, I think Filipinos are one of the more forgiving people in the world. Just look at politicians here who've been accused of corruption. There are a few of them who have been prosecuted and jailed. Many of them remain in power. Now, secondly, a lot of Filipinos work in Japan. They make a good living there. They're able to feed their families. They're able to send their children to school. So they benefit from the economy of Japan. Now, third, a lot of aid money from Japan is channeled to the Philippines. A lot of the infrastructure and development projects here are funded by Japan. And fourth, and I think this reason is one of the more significant ones that has emerged lately, is that the Philippines sees Japan as its ally in its squabble with China over the South China Sea. So even though Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has been sort of veering away from Japan's pacifist policy, it seems the Philippines doesn't see anything wrong with this. The Philippines definitely clearly benefits from a good relationship with Japan.
But there seems to be one unsettled business between the two. That is the wartime sex slave issue. Reports say, well, about 1,000 Filipino women were forced to provide sex service to Japanese soldiers. Only 17 known Filipino victims are still alive today. But they've been lobbying the government to negotiate with Japan over compensation vowed to demand justice during the historic visit by Japan's emperor. I understand that the emperor is just a figurehead figure, but will the sex slavery issue be talked about during his visit?
That, Zhou Yue, is not on the agenda, according to the Philippines Department of Foreign Affairs. As you mentioned, Emperor Akihito is just a symbolic head of state of Japan. He is not a government official, and therefore he does not have the official capacity to negotiate on behalf of the Japanese government on the issue of comfort women or on any political matter for that matter. Having said that, though, Emperor Akihito is an influential figure. He's very respected, and so anything he says does carry some weight, and that's why comfort women, Filipino comfort women, and there are only a handful of them, as you mentioned now, they are pushing forward with a street protest tomorrow. They will be demanding an official apology. They will be asking for compensation. They will be demanding justice, and they've been doing this for many, many years, by the way, but they will be doing that tomorrow in the hopes that Emperor Akihito will be hearing them and the Japanese government as a whole. And so they want a settlement similar to that of the South Korean and Japanese government. But they want to be involved in the negotiation for that settlement. They want to be consulted. Otherwise, they say they will not accept the settlement. Zhou Yue.
All right. Thank you so much, Barnaby. That's Barnaby Lowe reporting from Manila.